Hi, my name is Noah Neal. I'm a consultant with Key Performance Ideas, and today we're going to be discussing how to leverage Oracle Planning and Budgeting as a cloud service, Oracle PBCS, system email notifications for your job tasks to help you save time and better manage errors. This is part of a multiple series on email notifications. The first piece that we're going to be discussing today involves leveraging the system email notifications for jobs that are manually kicked off through the job console. And the second piece in the series is actually integrating these email notifications into your automated processes using batch scripting and EPM Automate. So a little bit more background here around email notifications. Oftentimes with an automated process or with a process involving job tasks, you have a couple of means of determining the outcome of that job task process. The most common is probably actually going into the system and checking out the job console, or maybe just checking the final result. So if you have an import metadata job task, you can see clearly if your hierarchy has been updated with the newest members or things like that. But you can also utilize email notifications rather conveniently to learn more about the job outcomes, and that's exactly what we're going to be discussing today in the context of a job that is manually kicked off as opposed to a job that has been scheduled and launches through automation. So let's just go ahead and figure out how we would set up these email notifications. You can see right now I'm logged into my PBCS environment. My application is called Fantastic One. And what I'm going to do here is just go into the settings. And you can access this just a little bit as far as navigation. You can access this from the home screen, applications and settings. Once you're within the application main screen here, you could also just access it through this button. But you'll see within the context of settings, we have a section specifically for notifications. And you can see we've got a couple of different groupings here. I can receive email notifications following task list activity, following approvals if I have an approvals process set up, following that activity, and lastly, following job console activity. And job console activity, that's really the most important category here. I'm going to go ahead and check this. This really pertains to the primary job task. So thinking about import metadata, export metadata, same with this numerical bulk data. Also, refreshing a cube, multiple types of job tasks that you find within Job Console. This setting here is applicable for those. I'm going to go ahead and enter my email address. So just nneal@keyperformanceideas.com, and then I'm going to go ahead and save it. And just like that, we're all good to go as far as the email notification setup here. So now that that's all set up, let's go take a look at what these email notifications will look like by kicking off a manual process. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Overview, and we're just going to set up a job for refreshing the queue. So if we go ahead and click Actions on the left-hand side here and Refresh Database, I'm going to create a new Refresh Database job by clicking Create. And you can see I have a couple of options here for this job if I want to customize it. Let's just leave them as defaults here and click Save as Job. We're going to call this Refresh Cube. And I'm going to go ahead and save it. And the job has been saved. Now when I refresh this, you can see that I have my Refresh Cube job right here. And let's go ahead and kick this job off through the Job Console. So if I go into Jobs, you can see that I can see the recent Job Console activity. I'm going to go ahead and click Schedule Jobs. And here are other types of jobs that I can launch either manually or through the automation. that also, you can also take advantage of the email notifications for these as well. But here, looking at the job that we just set up, I'm going to go ahead and click Refresh Database. And I want to run this job right now. Go ahead and click Next. And I see my job here, Refresh Queue. Select it. And I can review my choices at the end. Everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and click Finish. We can see that it's processing here. And it's all completed. And I've also received my email notification. So let's take a look at that. And you can see that I have lots of information available here. I have details conveying that it was successful. I have a start time and an end time to let me know how long it took for the job to run. I have, my user information and also the application and the particular job name. So you can tell here that it was sent to me, sent to my email address that I designated in settings, and it's also from my email here, me being logged into the system and actually launching the job. I kicked it off. I received the email notification for the particular job. So you can see that this is pretty useful, pretty simple to set up. I actually did not have to be in Job Console and click refresh a couple of times to see the status, or I could just go about other types of business activities and just wait for the alerts to come in and see the status of my jobs through that means instead. On our next video, we'll be discussing how to integrate these email notifications into automated processes. And so we'll be discussing that in more detail through a walkthrough as well. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and we'll see you soon.